So, dear colleagues, dear friends, good afternoon and welcome to Budapest. It is a great honor to be here today. As the director of the Institute of Archaeology, Hungarian Research Network, I am delighted to welcome all participants to the conference. When we started organizing this conference almost exactly a year ago, we could only hope that we would be here today. There was a seed of an idea, thanks to Orsolya, László, and the team came together to make it happen. Our goal was to give space to children and research on childhood. The meeting will focus on the smallest social unit, the child. The conference aims to initiate a dialogue between cross-disciplinary research directions on childhood in the past and the present. The basic idea has since developed into the modern conference. The Child Space 2025 event in Budapest consists of several major components. Let me take a moment to give you a quick overview. The first component is the scientific program, which includes public lectures. The three-day international conference, Child Space 2025, Narratives on New Perspectives on the Bioarchaeology of Children and their Biosocial Complexity, will cover the topic in 4 main sessions: the rise of children, children in society, feeding with love, child in space and time. The themes cover social roles and functions such as family, community relations, childcare, the life cycle, and its interruption. On the other hand, from a biological point of view, they explore the research potential of social and environmental changes influencing the most sensitive period of human life. The public lectures at the conference will be given by leading researchers in the field of the archaeology, bioarchaeology of childhood. The program includes 13 lectures across 4 sessions, as well as 15 posters and related flash talks. These will explore research on children from prehistoric times to 18th centuries. Abstracts of the presentations and posters are already available in the abstract book on our Hungarian and English conference website. The presentations will be streamed live for all 3 days of the conference, and we plan to make the recorded presentations available afterwards. More than 100 participants from nearly 20 countries will join us in person or online. Thank you to the speakers for accepting our invitation, and thank you to all participants. The second main component is an artistic event, of course, with a close connection to the children. Curious about the relationship between today's children and the past, we invited children aged 3 to 15 submit drawings to a competition entitled Life in the Past Through Children's Eyes, which was held in conjunction with the conference. The number and quality of creations submitted before the deadline surpassed all our expectations. A total of 240 works were received from 70 kindergartens and schools in 3 age categories in Hungary and abroad. The themes of the works created using a variety of techniques included how the children imagine the past, where and how did children and families live in earlier times, what was the life like in the past, where might people have lived, what did they were hundreds or even 1,000 years ago, what did they eat, how did they work and play during the prehistoric times, in antiquity, and on Middle Ages. Seeing such an impressive and fascinating range of images, we quickly decided to organize an exhibition of children drawings. The exhibition opens this afternoon at the gallery after our final lecture today, when the awards ceremony will also take place. We would also like to invite you as conference participants to take part in the vote. You can submit your votes by providing the details of your chosen images until 10 p.m. on Friday. The decision will be announced at the end of the conference. Votes can be submitted in the boxes located at the registration desk. The third main component of the event is a dialogue and discussion in the form of podcasts and roundtable discussions. In connection with the conference theme, 3 podcast discussions were held in May 2025 in collaboration with the Gloss editorial team. At these events, historians, anthropologists, ethnographers, researchers discussed various aspects of the topic. Main questions and topic of these episodes are what their childhood in the past, insights into historical and anthropological research on childhood, children's games in the past and today, and the third one, children's mental well-being in the 21st century. This evening, the series will close with a roundtable discussion in Hungarian entitled Different Cultures, Same Problems, Children's Spaces in the Global and Digital World, as well as the invited lawyer, children's rights activist, art historian guest will include a 90-year-old world-traveling geologist who has played an exceptional role in disseminating scientific knowledge and shaping the interest of generations. We might call him our David Attenborough in Hungary. Topics will include what constitutes of safe childhood today, how does digitalization affect children's development, what challenges are children facing in different parts of the world, how have children shaped their own spaces in the past and the present, how does technology affect children's mental health and well-being, how do today children communicate, and how can we better understand them. These are important issues. I believe we can all agree on that. And finally, let's talk about the cooperations. In addition to scientific, artistic, and social dialogue, this year has seen the development of genuine and multifaceted partnerships and collaboration during the organization process. This can serve as a foundation for the future development, both personally and institutionally. I believe this is very important in today's world. First, we would like to thank the Hungarian Research Network, formerly the Hungarian Academy of Sciences Institute Network, for their cooperation, particularly the Institute of Archaeology and Institute of Archaeogenomics. Our thanks also go to Hungary's leading university, Eötvös Loránd University and its institutes, Institute of Archaeological Sciences and Department on Biological Anthropology. And finally, we would like to thank the excellent team at Glossa for the podcast and media performances. The conference organizers and scientific advisors are László, Orsolya, László, lot of names, sorry, Alexandra Anders, Szilvia Fabián, Viktória Kis, Zsófia Rácz, Tamás Szenicei, and Anna Széchenyi Nagy. And the special thanks goes to Esther Melis, who for our website, for a Hungarian English website. So I just thank you. So I would like to thank them and all our colleagues for their hard work. The conference main supporter is the National Research Development Innovation Office and the Lendület Momentum Basis Research Group and Lendület Momentum Bioarchaeology Research Group. I hope we will enjoy the conference and conversations surrounding it in the coming days. With this, I would like to invite Professor Tivadar Vida, Director of Institute of Archaeological Sciences at Eötvös Loránd University, co-leader of the ERC Histogenes project, to open the conference, and then Orsolya László to give the scientific welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gabi. Despite their central role in the human world, children have long remained on the periphery of archaeological narratives. In recent years, however, this field has begun to acknowledge their agency, presence, and significance. This conference is a testament to that shift. Their colleagues, their friends, their guests, their participants of the conference. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you on behalf of the Institute of Archaeological Sciences at the Eötvös Loránd University to Child Space 2025 conference, an international gathering dedicated to advancing the bioarchaeology of childhood and deepening our understanding of children's lived experience in the past. We are delighted to host you in Budapest, whether you are joining us in person or online remotely, for what promises to be a richly interdisciplinary and thought-provoking 3 days dialogue, discovery, and collaboration. This conference brings together scholars from archaeology, anthropology, history, genetics, and related disciplines to share cutting-edge research and reflect to the many ways children have shaped and been shaped by past societies. In the Histogenes project, we places a lot of emphasis on rather understudied issue on the social structure and cohesion of local communities and the role of kinship and status within them. The social position and cultural profile of children and women is also a key concern here. Child Space Conference 2025 is not only a forum for sharing results, it is a platform for forging new collaboration, challenging assumption, and imagining the future of childhood studies in bioarchaeology. Children are not simply small adults or passive members of the past communities. They are active participants in social worlds, subject of care and loss, and individuals whose bodies carry traces of stress, nutrition, health, identity, and belonging. Through burial practices, skeletal remains, isotopic data, and material culture, we seek to reconstruct the rich and varied tapestries of childhood across time and space. Each session combines data-driven approaches with broader interpretative agendas, including discussions on gender identity, formation, caregiving, intergenerational dynamics. Together, they reflect a growing consensus that childhood must be approached not only as biological interval, but as a socio-historical phenomenon shaped by environmental, cultural, and institutional factors. We hope that the presentation and discussion at this conference will stimulate new research trajectories and methodological innovation, while also contributing to the broader goals of bioarchaeology. In particular, the study of children offers a powerful lens through which to examine resilience, vulnerability, identity, and the care in human societies. I hope this event will help spark the development of new projects, networks, and shared methodologies. We invite all participants to take part actively, ask broad questions, and consider how our work in the children of the past can help illuminate and perhaps improve the lives of children in the present. Our understanding of childhood in the past is constantly evolving. It is shaped not only by our evidence and methodologies, but also by our contemporary values and priorities. By studying children's lives and deaths with rigor, empathy, and contextual sensitivity, we more closer to understanding the full complexity of the human experience. Thank you for joining us to this journey. We look forward to the dynamic and meaningful exchange of ideas. Congratulations for the organization of the conference, and I wish you a fruitful conference. Thank you very much.
So, hello everybody. I also welcome all of you. I'm Orsolya László, and I want to share at the end some personal thoughts because I'm very happy that this event actually happening now. And as you may see, that the two main organizers is Gabiella and me, and basically we represent two sides, the archaeology and anthropology. And actually, I think it's very important because I working many years in the field, but also with bones in the laboratory, and actually bioarchaeology, we can, theoretically, we step out, we call it a communication between disciplines. And I think archaeology and anthropology is a very important communication. And of course, when we want to study the past together, we have to find the questions together, the answers together, and we have to look behind the past artifacts from the past and the building structures and the bones, because there were the people, and I think recently in the last few decades it became important for us. And the children are one of them, which I think one of the most, let's say, team in archaeology which also connect to people outside from the science. And actually in this event it was during the organizing of this conference many touching moments, and I'm pretty sure that most of the talkers have also special connection to their topic. But as you see, even when we tried to communicate with the public, lots of people became interested, children, parents, and also people who have no children yet, but everybody had a childhood. So it's a very special time, and it's a precious time that people are interested in. So I want to think of that during these 3 days, and I hope that you will feel this special atmosphere, and on Friday I hope you will agree with me. So thank you very much, and I open the space for the speakers. Have a nice conference.
Thank you very much, and we will now move on the first session, Rise of Children. The chair of this session is Professor Eszter Bánfi, the president of EAA and scientific advisor. Please, first Eszter and session chair. Order. just a minute, but okay, Eszter, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first session, which, as you will have seen in the program, will be an overarching one, setting the scene in terms of the state of scientific data. Okay, I'm not that tall, I understand. Thank you. The state of affairs, and also about the big push given by the molecular bioarchaeological research in recent times. So without much further ado, and I don't want you to come again in vain, I invite Rebecca Gowland to give her talk about small beginnings, theoretical and methodological advances in the bioarchaeological analysis of infants in the past. Rebecca, now the floor is yours.